Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean, and tonight we'll be reviewing Russell's Reserve 10-Year. Let's get into it. All right, so here's our bottle for today, Russell's Reserve 10-Year. And as some of you may know, if you're fans of the channel, you know that I am a pretty big Wild Turkey fan. And you know, just as the front of the bottle says, this is kind of what I appreciate about Wild Turkey. More than 90 years, that's combined tenure of master distillers Jimmy and his son Eddie Russell. They hand-selected barrels after at least 10 years of aging, resulting in a bourbon that delivers a balance of rich, well, we're not going to read the notes. But I really appreciate how long Jimmy and Eddie have been doing this, and I think their experience really shows through in all of their products. I think that there's not a bad Wild Turkey product. I think that all of them are great, and I think this is no exception. So just a heads up going into this, know that I am slightly biased in a positive way towards Wild Turkey products. With that said, this is a new bottle. I've had one pour from this about 2 weeks ago. So let's go ahead and get some poured and see how this Wild Turkey here fares. So let's first get into our nosing notes and see what we can get on the smell. All right, so right away, as always, you know it's a turkey product. There's that rich cinnamon, getting a very nice, kind of a dusty note, like a dusty corn note, but it's nice in this situation. There's almost like a cherry Twizzler in there as well. Getting a little bit of barrel presence, kind of a nice charred oak note, and lots of kind of sweet candies. There's a lot, I'm trying to think. All right, so I can't think of the right name for them, but the little strawberry candies that have like kind of the strawberry filling in the center. It's like the hard outer shell with kind of the gooey strawberry stuff in the center. Kind of getting that smell on the nose here, as well as a pretty good vanilla note showing through, a little bit of pepper, almost getting a little bit of a clove note in there as well. Yeah, so all in all, a nice nose. It is kind of on the wider side. I really do have to kind of stuff my nose down in the glass there to get it, but this is only a 90 proof bourbon, so you kind of have to expect that it's going to be a little bit lighter on the nose. But as I said, a nice nose. Let's get into our tasting notes. First sip. Okay, so as our nosing notes kind of led us to believe, there's lots of berry notes on the palate. So you're definitely getting kind of a cherry. You're definitely getting some strawberry in there. Quite a bit of cinnamon as well. And I would say even maybe a raspberry. So it's kind of like maybe like a mixed berry jam on the palate, as well as those nice cinnamon notes, but they're not overwhelming. They're just kind of there working together with the berry notes. There's also nice oak notes showing through, kind of a nice toasted oak note in there as well. You're also kind of getting some creamy vanilla notes is in there also. All in all, nice first sip. Let's go in for another one here and see what else we can get. All right, so that time I kind of focused on the back of the palate and the finish. So the back of the palate, you're getting a lot of nice cherry notes and quite a bit of cinnamon mixed in there as well. So it's kind of a nice cinnamon cherry. And then also you're getting a little bit of the kind of sour oak notes showing up in the back of the palate, as well as just hints of pepper. It's a very light pepper. It's not overwhelming by any means. And then as you get into the finish, I would say unfortunately the finish is kind of light and kind of short, unfortunately. And I think that comes from it being only a 90 proof, really. You still get that cherry presence and the cinnamon and the pepper, and then some of that sour oak as well as you're getting into the finish, but it just kind of disappears. It's definitely on the shorter side as finishes go. You know, there's quite a bit going on for a 90 proof on the palate, but then the finish just kind of disappears. I kind of had that same experience with both of my bottles of Eagle Rare. So I think this is good competition for that because they are similar. I would say I prefer the palate of this. I like the strawberry note more than the kind of grapey note that you get on the Eagle Rare. So but I would say it's more of a personal preference. But I would say the biggest ding on this is that it is only 90 proof. Now again, that's my preference, but I prefer a bourbon around 100 proof. I think you get more of a full body experience there. The finish tends to be a little longer. There's a little more oomph on the palate as well. So, you know, I appreciate that it's hard to put out huge quantities of 10-year-old bourbon. And so, you know, they have to proof it down to kind of extend it. But I would probably like this much better at 100 proof. I wish that Wild Turkey could do that for us, but I know how the bourbon games thing works. You know, you have to kind of balance between quantity and quality. And I think that Wild Turkey does a nice job here. And so as far as a rating goes, I would say I do like this more than Eagle Rare. So I'm going to go, I'm going to say 7.7. I believe that's higher than I rated the Eagle Rare. I have to look back, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I think it's a better experience to me than the Eagle Rare, but of course, we'll find out for sure when we do our $30-ish bracket and these go head to head. So you can all look forward to that. I am as well. And if you folks have enjoyed this review, then please hit that like button. And if you want to see more reviews from me like this, you can click right here. And if you really are enjoying the channel, then you could subscribe right here. And until next time, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.